Famous actor Michael J. Fox once said that family is not an important thing, it's everything. For Kyrie Irving, his family is everything to him, and today we'll get in to know why this is so for him. You know how adding a special ingredient to a recipe can make it all the more delicious? For Kyrie's basketball career, his father, Azuri Irving, was one of those special ingredients. Dred, as he is called for short, was born on January 1966. His father's name was Lillian Irving, and together with 5 other siblings and his mom, the family lived in a public housing project called the Mitchell Houses in the South Bronx. He attended and played for Stevenson High School in New York and had a best friend known as Rod Strickland, who of course later played in the NBA and is actually the godfather of Kyrie. After high school, Irving got a scholarship to study at Boston University, where he also played basketball for the Terriers. His impact sent his team to the North Athletic Conference Championship game. They were fortunate enough to claim the NAC title in 1988 and were soon invited to play in the NCAA tournament. Irving had help from Sean Teague during his time in Boston, and in case you didn't know, Sean is the father of Jeff and Marquise Teague, 2 point guards that played in the NBA. Personally, Dred had attained the title of the all-time leading scorer with 1,931 points by the time he graduated college with a degree in economics. But aside from the shiny degree and basketball accolades, Boston College also offered him his love interest, Elizabeth Larson, who he met in his sophomore year. We will meet her again soon. Fresh out of college, though, the Boston Celtics, impressed by his potential, invited him to their training camp, but unfortunately he could not secure a spot on their roster. He wouldn't give up, though. He moved on and soon secured a spot with the Bulleen Boomers of the Southeast Australian Basketball League in 1992. He turned out to be a beast in this league, averaging an impressive 30 points per game. During his stay in the league, he became an Australian citizen, married Elizabeth, and they gave birth to 2 children, Asia and Kyrie. Kyrie was born on March 23, 1992, and the family lived in the suburban area of Kew until Kyrie was 2 years old before they ended up moving back to the States. Dred remarried in 2004 to Shatilia Riley many years after his wife Elizabeth died, but before Riley came along, Dred was fortunate enough to have his 2 sisters and Kyrie's grandparents around to help him raise his kids. It is reported that Kyrie and Asia spent most of their holidays in their grandparents' house. It was in West Orange, New Jersey that Kyrie started getting the hang of basketball, as he would always attend his father's league games. By the time he was ready for the NBA, he was the #1 overall draft pick, and his father was there with him on draft day in 2011. After the draft ceremony, Irving told interviewers, quote, "After my name was called, I wanted to hug my father for 10 minutes, knowing that all of the hard work had led to this moment," end quote. But of course, there were other people for Kyrie to hug, and it's not like former Commissioner David Stern would wait around all day. As for Dred Irving, the proud father said, quote, "We've waited a long time for this day. Then when it comes to fruition, you're moving so fast that you really can't digest the magnitude of the event. It's a great thing, and we're happy, and we're grateful, but it happens so fast it's hard to comprehend." They only wished Elizabeth was present too. Kyrie's mother was born Elizabeth Ann Larson on August 13, 1967. She played volleyball in college for the Boston University Terriers women's volleyball team. But aside from giving her own portion of athletic genes to Kyrie, she also passed on some musical genes too to her superstar son. Elizabeth was trained to be a classical pianist and could read music properly. She would usually sing lullabies to put her kids to sleep, but these were not your usual lullabies, as their lyrics were borrowed from the Lutheran Church, where she was a chorister and the daughter of the church's minister. So when you see Kyrie in the studio making records such as this one, "We be doing what we like," don't be too surprised. When Elizabeth met Dred, she was in her first year in college, and after graduation, they married and moved to Australia. But after giving birth to Kyrie, they faced their first major setback, which led her to leave the family when Kyrie was only 10 months old to live in Washington. They reconnected again when Dred took the family back to the US, but unfortunately, Elizabeth caught a dreadful infection, which caused a sepsis syndrome that sadly took her life in 1996 at the young age of 29. Her ashes are buried in Mitchell, SD, and she is still honored by her family to this day. Her first daughter, Asia Irving, who is a fashion designer, named her store after Elizabeth in honor of her name, while Kyrie continues to do a lot of humanitarian services in honor of her. When Lizzie was alive, she was a member of the Standing Rock Sioux Nation, a tribe of the Lakota and Dakota nations, which is dedicated to preserving the culture, language, and general health of its tribesmen through education, economic, social, and technological development and participation. Kyrie Irving has donated millions of dollars to this tribe over the past few years. He has also honored his mother by naming his daughter after her. Kyrie has an annual release of charity sneakers, and in its 4th edition, he dedicated it to his mother. He collaborated with sneaker room owner Siraj Kaufman to create the Mom collection to not just honor his mom, but also all moms, including Mother Earth. He may not have known his mother for long, but it is obvious that Kyrie still feels the loss of his beloved mother every day. He once said in a rather emotional interview that, quote, "I love my mother, and it's still hard to this day, especially when I was filling out forms, my father's name and, his cell phone number and emergency contact, and then right next to it would be mother, and that has been blank since I was 4, end quote. But what about the new mother Kyrie got in 2004 after his father remarried? Let's meet her next. After Chantel Riley Irving and Dred married, they welcomed a daughter named London. However, it is rumored that Dred and Riley are no longer married, but still share a lot and continue to be family. That said, who is Riley really? Well, she is a powerful woman in a nutshell. She's earned herself a big name in management and administration, especially in the entertainment industry. For example, she was once a salesperson at 1010 Wins, which later led her to become part of the team that contributed during the launch of the reputable radio company Power 105.1 in New York City. She was blessed to have had a boss that was very supportive of her ambitions. That person was Stu Fenson, who was not only just her boss at the station, but also her mentor. Their relationship led to her joining BET later. Riley confirmed it when she said, quote, "It was between BET and Hot 97. Stu said to me, try BET. It's where I think the next trajectory is for your career. I ended up going to BET and the rest is history." End quote. She's currently the vice president of ad sales at BET, and she told Sports Illustrated about how BET has helped her career, saying, quote, "BET really gave me a compass for understanding the art of negotiation and really being prideful. We also learned to be a voice for those who don't have a voice. As the years passed, I began to better understand what it meant when colleagues would say, we are the voice for the people that cannot speak on their behalf." End quote. No wonder when Kyrie fired his agents Rock Nation and Jeff Wechsler, he hired his stepmom to represent him instead. Yes, you heard that right. Riley is currently the agent of Kyrie Irving, and she is believed to currently be the only black woman to be representing an active NBA player. So, do you think Kyrie Irving is in good hands with his stepmother being his agent? While you answer that question in the comments section, let's finally meet the last members of Kyrie's family. Asia Irving is Kyrie's eldest and beloved sister. She is just 14 months older than Kyrie, and the two had gone through the thick and thin of growing up without their mother together. But fortunately, as we said, they had their amazing father, aunts, and grandparents to look after them and help build them into the successful humans they are today. Asia graduated in 2013 with a bachelor's degree in accounting from Temple University, Philadelphia. But she went on to acquire an associate's degree in fashion merchandising from the Fashion Institute of Technology. She began by interning at a couture women's dress studio, which exposed her further to the fashion niche. But right from when she was a kid, she had an eye for fashion and moved to California at the age of 23 to work as a makeup artist for MAC Cosmetics. After that, she started to work as the costume designer for her brother and other athletes such as Kevin Durant, James Harden, Sue Bird, Skylar Diggins, and Megan Rapinoe. It didn't take her long to get into the fashion industry with a bang. In 2018, she released her very first clothing line, which she christened 90s and Purpose, a collection inspired by the 90s with a theme of popular cartoons from that era. She also opened 2 boutiques dedicated to selling clothes for children and named them Elizabeth Smith, which is after her mother. The boutiques are located in New Jersey and Northeast Ohio, but that's not even all. She also co-owns and runs the affairs of Sydney, another clothing business that have their sites in Miami, Los Angeles, the Hamptons, and New York City. She has continued to grow and leave an indelible footprint in the fashion world, which has gotten her features in top publications like Cosmopolitan, Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Sports Illustrated, InStyle, and more. She has also gotten a huge collaboration with brands like Nike, which produced the Kyrie Asia 6 shoe collection that have been worn by NBA and WNBA stars such as Sue Bird. Most recently, she created her own fashion studio called Azuri Studio. When she launched this project, she sat down to speak to Boardroom about her inspiration, saying, quote, "I've been around ball all my life. My father is playing ball, and obviously my brother plays ball now. To go to their games and see that there really wasn't anything to wear that I felt comfortable with the style, I wanted to create pieces that spoke and reflected that way." The Azuri Studio website offers clothing for sale for all sundry and not just sportswear. But as far as her personal life is concerned, she has managed to keep it under wraps from the world, so we can't tell for sure if she's dating or has dated anyone in the past. But if you've been paying attention to all she's done with her career, do you think there will be time for a romantic relationship? Anyway, for now, she's enjoying a net worth of around $1.5 million and living her dream to the fullest. When we hear anything more about her, we'll surely let you know. We're going to leave her for now for this next awesome bit of the Irving family, the cute, the adorable, and the most awe-inspiring London. London is the youngest daughter of Dread Irving. She was born in 2008 on February 28th. London is a fun TikTok personality and usually posts clips of herself and her family, like this cute little video here. Baby, come give me something. That beautiful little girl that started the dance train is Kyrie's only daughter, Azuri Elizabeth Irving. Azuri was born on November 23rd, 2015, and her mother is Andrea Wilson. Andrea Wilson is a Texas beauty queen who later became a hedge fund worker. She and Kyrie were together since 2013 but had broken up in 2015 before Azuri was born. They both share custody of their kid. After the relationship, Kyrie started to date popular musician Kehlani, but they broke up in March 2016. He later moved on to former Atlanta Hawks dancer Gabrielle Lexa in 2017. After their relationship failed, though, he dated Chantel Jeffries next. Chantel Jeffries is a popular disc jockey, investor, and cyber girl. She was first spotted with Irving during a date night in 2018, and this was after a lot of rumors about the relationship started to already fly around. But after a little while, they also went their separate ways. Kyrie is currently dating Marlene Wilkerson. Marlene Wilkerson is best known for being a fashion blogger, entrepreneur, YouTube content creator, and Instagram model. Her most successful public image is her YouTube channel, which is almost 800,000 subscribers, and it's called The Find Guru. It is a channel that covers fashion, hair, and fitness, but she also uses it to talk about her life's journey, including her pregnancy and her lifestyle. One of her most popular videos involves her talking about how she started her business at the age of 20. She graduated with a degree in marketing from California State University, so it is easy to see why she has been a successful entrepreneur. She and Irving were seen together first at a basketball camp in 2018, the year they started dating, and in 2019 they were reportedly engaged, and in June 2021 they welcomed their first baby, Kyrie's first son named Kyrie Jr. And it looks like he has got something to say here, if only his dad will just give him the chance. Anyway, with him, we draw the curtains to end this one on the Kyrie Irving family. Enjoyed this family video of Kyrie Irving? Then check out our videos on other basketball stars.